This clip is entitled Freedom Fighters. 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 Lately, I had gotten a response from a former friend. This clip is entitled Freedom Fighters. Lately, I had gotten a response from a former friend known as Lone Web Crusader. You know, I know he likes to pound on a table and wake people up at 3 o'clock in the morning and then threaten me. Well, son, it doesn't bother me. But when you disgrace two of the finest people, true American heroes. See, son, you're not insulting me at all. You just proved what you don't know. You see, what makes a hero to me is somebody willing to stand up for what is right. If it would have been, they proved beyond a reasonable doubt that there is no law requiring us to pay a federal or even a state income tax. And you ask me, how did I come up with such a conclusion? Number one, 1946. I think it was May 12th. Congress appealed the victory tax because on the Supreme Court's ruling, Pollux versus Farmers and Loan, that no excise tax can be held longer than 2 years. So far, we've been paying on that damn tax for close to 48 years. And there is no law backing it, just the coloring. And all they asked in their entire trial was show us the law. Government kept scooting behind it, wouldn't show them. I didn't blame Ed Brown for boycotting that trial because, to me, I agree with him. It was a kangaroo court. But then the one thing that really pissed me off the most is how stupid and ignorant the American people had turned out to be. When they had a chance to do, a jury had a chance to do some real changes. Because the ultimate power did lie with the jury. They were too goddamn stupid. It shows why this country is going downhill. So as far as I'm concerned, people like you make me sick. When you go off and say how we need income taxes to pay for our military, to defend our freedoms. Well, so far, my friend, I have yet to see a single freedom the military has even defended. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm not a sand nigger from Iraq. If I was a sand nigger from Iraq, maybe I can learn these democratic lessons. What a fucking joke. And what was even more of a joke was the U.S. Marshals. This is my response to them. Fuck them. They're not worth a goddamn. I didn't applaud them. I wished, they had the balls to at least stand up and give them a fair fight. Instead, they had to come under the shades of trickery. But that's like our government. The reason they didn't want that, they didn't want to give a hero. They just wanted to form trickery. But like I said, back to Edna Lane Brown. One thing I liked about them, that they chose to fight rather than settle. This old couple, they could have easily had made a deal with the IRS, pay a little back, enjoy the golden years of their life in Florida, sunning on a beach somewhere. Hell, look, she had a retired dentist practice. He's a retired exterminator. Probably made lots of money. They were supposed to owe almost $2 million in taxes. They could have worked out some deal with the government, sat on that money, let it collect interest. Could have left the rest of their life off just the interest. But it wasn't about money. It's about something more deeper. It was about patriotism to the highest level. When I asked you, Long Web Crusader, in several of my video bites, what do you believe in so strongly that you're willing to die for? I even asked you to ask your son that, if he joined the service. Not to defend you, even though that's a good answer, because your son would defend you in or out of a uniform. But do you believe in something so strongly you don't need to swear an oath? You do it just because it's more important, like our founding fathers did. They were willing to stand up for what was right, not what was rich. A lot of those men were fabulously wealthy of their time. They had no reason to turn against the British and King George. But when they did it, it was right. And they literally, in the Declaration of Independence, signed their own death warrant. But you don't understand those things, do you? You're too busy thinking, hey, we got to defend Iraqi freedom, or play Meals on Wheels, or turn our military into a police force. Well, as far as I'm concerned about our military today, they become an offensive military. They have not been a defensive in probably well over 60 years. Right now, all we've been doing with our service is playing Meals on Wheels, playing police officer. We've done it with Korea, Vietnam, Kuwait, and now Baghdad. What's going to be next? Iran. What's going to be next? You tell me. When is it going to finally stop? Till finally we're either slap broke, or finally China takes us over. Well, I hope one day you get the balls and finally wake up and smell the coffee. And before you start insulting true patriots, you better start looking more into their past.